Hi, Mark here. When this $229 Craftsman jointer went on closeout at Sears for less than $50, I almost hurt myself getting out my wallet. It had been on display for a while, and the blade guard had broken off, and the yellow safety key was missing, but otherwise it was a fully functional machine. This is a small benchtop jointer intended primarily for the DIYer or small shop. But it's a fairly hefty machine at 57 pounds. It would have its place in a large shop as well. It has a cast iron frame at the top, which sits on a steel box. The tables and fence are solid polished granite, which makes it easy to push the workpiece through. It has the usual red power tool switch with yellow safety key. The motor draws 7.5 amps, and the cutter spins at 9,250 RPM. There are two double-edged high-speed steel knives on the cutter. The second edge is protected under the locking bar. The outfeed table is mounted directly to the frame and is not adjustable. The infeed table is mounted on a cast iron subframe which can be raised and lowered with this knob to set the depth of cut. Two of the three mounting points on the subframe are adjustable, allowing you to set the infeed table parallel to the outfeed table. A knob at the rear of the unit locks the infeed table in place. As you can see here, the depth of cut scale is marked in 1/32 inch increments, but depth of cut is infinitely adjustable from 0 to 1/8 inch. The fence is mounted on hinged brackets that permit up to a 45-degree chamfer or bevel. There are adjustable stops for both 90 and 45 degrees. As it comes from the factory, the fence sits just off the end of the blade, leaving a small ridge at the edge of the cut. This design flaw is easily solved by placing a thin washer over the bolt between the fence and the mounting bracket. Now that we're looking at the back of the jointer, this is that knob I told you about that locks the infeed table in place once you've set the height. There's a standard 2.5 inch dust collection port in the back that accommodates my shop vac hose. Dust collection is somewhere between wonderful and fantastic. Chips and dust are thrown directly down into the large dust collection funnel. Remember that I told you the original blade guard had broken off? Well, the spring was missing too, so I ordered that, and when it came in, I made this replacement blade guard out of a scrap piece of plywood, and I epoxied it onto the post right there with the spring. That's my brand on it right there. Seems to work pretty well. So, what does a jointer do? Well, the hint is in the name. It puts a nice flat, smooth surface on a piece of wood like this to make a good glue joint. Now, I've set the jointer up with a depth of cut of 1/32 inch. We're going to run this piece of wood through and see what kind of surface we get. There it is, a nice, flat, smooth surface that'll make a good glue joint. Well, there you have it. Oh, one suggestion. Before you purchase this model, check Sears Parts Direct for availability of critical parts. As of June 2016, when this video was created, some parts, like the blade guard and the drive belt, were no longer available.